I call Reno Terakardini. Five minutes to
Kia ora, Mr. Speaker. I'm pleased to add my contribution at the third reading of this suite of 15 bills which are strengthening our legislation against organised crime and anti-corruption. And so the bills that we're debating this afternoon are wide-reaching. They cover topics as diverse as money laundering, credit card skimming, human trafficking, match fixing, all the way through to organised crime and bribery and corruption. So we do support these measures. They are long overdue. It's taken a while to get this far, to progress these bills through the House, but they bring our country into line with overseas conventions and treaties and protocols that we've signed up to. And by and large, they are measures that we do support, sir. I do want to add my comments in regard to the facilitation payment issue, sir, and where does a facilitation payment end and a bribe begin? Because, sir, that is a very, that is a moot point. But I do take on board the fact that New Zealand, we are a trading nation. We are reliant on trading with the outside world. And I myself have experienced firsthand the business culture that exists in other markets, in other countries, from far-flung places like North Africa, through to other closer countries to ourselves, in our neighbourhood like Papua New Guinea. And pretty much every other country around the world, every country has their own culture, and there is an element of baksheesh in certain nations, or greasing the wheels, tipping, charitable giving, you might want to call it, or calling it bribery. So, sir, that is the commercial reality that New Zealand exporters deal with day in, day out, right around the world. And I do regret, sir, that this government wasn't bold enough to raise the bar, and say, yes, let's live up to our fourth most least transparent ranking in the Transparency International rankings. Let's try and lift that ranking a bit higher. Let's try and get back to the top and take that extra measure to outlaw the facilitation payments, and at least set the bar high. We know that the commercial reality is such that it is very difficult. But I think if it's good enough for the Canadians, if it's good enough for the UK, if it's good enough for APEC and various other major international clubs that we are part of, to frown upon the practice of legalising the facilitation payments, sir, then we certainly should be rising to that challenge and doing the same. And can I, just to conclude my contribution, sir, acknowledge the New Zealand Customs Service, who are included with a customs excise amendment. Sir, it was great to celebrate the 175th anniversary or birthday of the New Zealand Customs Service, the very first government department of Aotearoa, New Zealand. On the shores of Kororareka in Russell, under a tent, before even we had a treasury, there was the New Zealand Customs Service. And so, sir, I'm very pleased that I was able to share with the Customs Service and Minister Honourable Nikki Wagner last night the great work that they do, and which is strengthening their good work and policing our borders through the passage of this legislation, sir. And I commend these bills to the House. Kia ora tātou.